Do you ever lie awake at night and wonder, is what I'm doing to try to make the world a better place actually working? Like, is anything that I'm doing actually making a difference? Because I've been there. And I'm talking these days to a lot of people who are asking the same question. They've shown up, they've marched, they've built coalitions from scratch, they've fundraised, they've shown up at city council meetings, and they've stayed at the table even when it was breaking them. And still, there are days in this crazy era where they're asking themselves, what's the point? Did I actually change anything? If you're feeling that way right now, like you've given so much and you still can't tell whether or not it mattered, I want you to know you're not alone. This video is for that exact ache. And I want to walk you through the fog to help you see the signs that you've made a difference, even if it's not the story you were told to expect. Because it's really important right now that we understand that change doesn't always look the way we've been taught it might. So before we go further, if you're leading right now, you're organizing, you're resisting, you're showing up in your community, and you're holding it all together, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that bell. This channel is your resource for strategy that outlasts crisis. We're not about surface hype. We're about real tools, real legacy, and real change. I'm Elizabeth Cronise McLaughlin, founder of the Ripple Effect Institute. I'm a former Wall Street lawyer turned leadership strategist, and I've spent the last 15 years walking alongside progressive leaders like you. I've worked on campaigns for the US Senate, all the way down to the smallest community organizer who's a blue dot in their red state in middle America. And let me get this straight. Even the ones whose work have changed laws, built national policy, protected whole communities, have said to me sometimes, Elizabeth, I don't know whether or not it made any difference. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I've said it too, because sometimes the losses are loud and the wins, they can be slow, hard fought, and sometimes completely invisible. So if you're doubting today, I want you to know that you're not broken. You're honest and you're human, and you're exactly who this video is for. So let's start here. I want us to redefine what making a difference means. We were taught that impact looks like big wins, like news coverage, like the legislation that passed, the budget bill that got defeated, the system that cracked wide open. But what if the difference that we're making right now doesn't exactly fit that script? I'll give you a couple of examples. What if the difference you make looks like a teenager who found safety in the LGBTQ youth group that you're working with, a colleague who stayed in the work because they believed in your vision and you believed in them, a community that remembered how to care for each other because of the community garden that you built. These aren't small things, actually. They're about survival. And they're also about systems of care that outlive specific moments of crisis. And if you made anything like that happen, I want you to understand that you have made a difference. So here's a good moment to pick up a pen and paper and write this down. Making a difference isn't about being seen. It's about what shifted because you showed up. Next, I want you to look for ripples, not waves. Okay, so let's be honest here. I've wanted the big wave too. The huge moment that says, yes, that worked. The proof, the visibility, the certainty. But most of the time it doesn't come like that. Let me share a little story with you. Back in 2019, I was a part of a small group of organizers that created a mass mobilization against Trump's family separation policies. It ended up being in 800 cities worldwide, and by all measures was a pretty serious success. But in the aftermath of that, nothing changed. And I had a window of time after we were done with all the protests and all the organizing where I felt a bit broken. Because even though hundreds of thousands of people worldwide had showed up as a result of the work that I and my colleagues had done, the policy itself didn't stop because of us. Yes, awareness was raised. Yes, it was an incredibly successful event by standard metrics. And still, what we were really after was that big moment that showed the administration that we weren't going to take it. And that part of it, to me, felt like it fell flat. But I'm going to let you in on something else. In the years since that event took place, hundreds and hundreds of people have approached me, emailed me, texted me, and said, you know what, Elizabeth? As a result of that work, that invitation to show up in my town to fight back, I became an activist when I had never done anything before. I've had people write to me and say, I decided to run for city council because of your recommendation to get involved. I've started a community center where I live that helps to support immigrants who have moved to my town because of your invitation to get involved. Countless stories like this have come to me in the years since. And that alone has allowed me to reframe what success from that event looks like. Because if hundreds of thousands of people were in the streets because of the work that I and my colleagues did, and that resulted in thousands of people getting involved in consistent, ongoing ways to create change, that event, even if nobody ever speaks about it again, was a huge success. That big wave moment may never come, but that doesn't mean you're not having an impact. It shows up in the side comment, the quiet email, the person who tells you years later, just like people have told me, I decided to make an impact myself because of you. I have a former client who is an LGBTQ plus organizer. And throughout her work in her town, there were lots of moments where she thought she failed, where policy wins didn't go through, where she didn't get the press coverage of a particular initiative that she thought she was going to get, and where she really doubted that she had any impact at all. And then one day she got a phone call from a young person who said to her, you know what? You just standing up saved my life because you showed me that it was possible to fight back and still be myself. That's a ripple. And the ripples travel farther than we know. So I want you to ask yourself, who might still be here because you didn't quit? Who learned to organize because you modeled how? Who saw you standing up and thereby gave themselves permission to do the same? These impacts matter. Okay, for our next step, I want you to look at the systems that you've shifted. So there's something about organizing this day and age that we really have to come to terms with. It's easy to forget the subtle power of what we've changed. One of the things that this era invites us to measure is how many clicks we've gotten and how many likes we get on social media and how many people follow us and all that other sort of nonsense. When the reality is that when we're building power and creating change, the impacts may only exist behind the scenes. And particularly if we're doing work that maybe isn't out in front or forward facing, we may feel like none of our work is seen. But behind the scenes, things start to shift. Coalitions build in new values. New strategies get adopted. Maybe you don't win this particular effort, but you're building for the next one where you will. Systems don't shift overnight all the time. And part of what we have to do is push back against the pillars of what's holding up systems of oppression with the understanding that over time they will eventually crack and crumble. And let me just tell you, power systems rarely acknowledge who cracked the foundation at the beginning. But if things start to shift, they start to wobble a little bit, and you set the ground for the next generation to continue doing the work, that's a real legacy. And you don't have to be in the room to keep making an impact if you've brought everyone else along for the ride. Next step, we're going to work with people, not with platforms. Okay, I've referred to this a little bit earlier, but I want to make this point in a really big way. Instagram isn't going to tell you if your work mattered, but your community will. If you want to know if you've made a difference and you've really made an impact in your change building, I want you to ask the person who called you when they knew that you would listen. The team member who stayed on, maybe when everybody else was too burnt out to continue. Or the mentee who's now leading their own campaign. Impact is relational, and your legacy is collective. And if you've touched lives, you've passed the torch, you've already done a lot. So let's take a pause here. Drop me a comment below and tell me who's told you that you made a difference in their lives. What we need to do is acknowledge the impact that we've had when we get that kind of feedback. And let me say one other thing here, which is really important. Some of the work that we do may never be known by anybody on social media. I know that there's work that I've done, for instance, that has literally saved people's lives, led them to safety, created places where they could be free and exist as their full selves. And those are not things I talk about on social media. In fact, many organizers who are doing incredibly impactful work are folks whose names you will never know. And that's okay. In some cases, that's actually even necessary. And so one of the things that we need to recognize here in this day and age is that just because your work is not seen by the masses doesn't mean you're not shifting power. Okay, step 5. And this one can be kind of hard. We have to let go of needing to see the full picture. Here's what I mean by this, and this is the part that no one likes to talk about. You may never know the full impact of your work. And one of the things about doing really incredible human and civil rights organizing is that we are doing it not just for ourselves and not just for the people who came before us, but for the future generations who will outlive us. We become the shoulders that future generations stand on. And just because you may not see the full impact of your work in your lifetime doesn't mean that the work doesn't matter. Because this isn't about applause. It's about justice and about freedom and about creating foundational structures of change. Movement work is never finished. The struggle is ongoing. But I'll let you in on a little secret. It builds across generations. I think all the time about the leaders that we lost before they had a chance to see the full totality of their vision realized. Bayard Rustin, Marsha P. Johnson, Audre Lorde. But they all created ripples that eventually became tides. You are a part of that legacy, even if the fruit doesn't completely grow in your season. You have to trust the seed, even if you will never see the full bloom. If you're sitting in a place today of wondering if the work that you're doing matters, or you're in a place of despair about wondering if anything that you're doing is making a difference, I want to invite you to come talk to us. Here at the Ripple Effect Institute, we help leaders like you find strategy, structure, and support. And we lead you to a place of understanding how your impact can grow and how it matters so that you can lead in a way that lasts and stop questioning whether or not you're doing enough. Because here's the thing, it's going to take all of us working together with strategy and forethought and support to make the difference that we're here to make. But every little thing that we do in furtherance of justice creates a ripple effect impact. Now is the time to lead from a place that sustains you so that you stop feeling like what you're doing doesn't matter and you start to strategize for all the ways that it does. I want to invite you to apply for a free strategy call today with our team to find out if the Ripple Effect Institute can help to guide you toward making the impact that you know you're here to make. There's a link right below in the show notes and in the comments. And if this video gave you something you didn't know you needed, share it with somebody who does. Because lots of us are worried in this moment that what we're doing isn't making a dent, when in fact, every single step in that direction truly matters. Make sure you subscribe and tap that bell. And keep going. You're already making a difference, and all of us together can build a movement that outlasts us so future generations have it better than we do now. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.